The Dads That Game radio podcast is brought to you by Video Games Monthly. Video Games Monthly is a monthly subscription service that delivers retro video games to gamers who own classic gaming systems from the 1980s through 2000s. And the best part is, you keep the games. Check us out at videogamesmonthly.com.
Live from his wife's basement, still gaming into their elder years. This is the Dads That Game radio podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Wolf and William Small.
Welcome to the Dads That Game radio podcast, the only podcast out there that are hosted by dads and get paid minimum wage, I think. Yeah? Maybe. I don't know. Are there other dads out there that are minimum wage earners and do podcasts about video games? Perchance?
I don't know.
Time will tell.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. This is a very special Halloween-themed episode of the Dads That Game. That's right. It is Halloween. I don't care what you say. Every day's Halloween when it's October. That's just how it happens. Sorry. I love it. So from now until the end of the month, we are going to do a new segment called Death by Video Games. Yeah. So stay tuned for the end of the show today. We will be bringing you a very spooky story about people who actually got killed by a video game. Yeah. Terrifying. I just made a new word. Hashtag
Terriful.
Hashtag terriful. There you
Nice.
go.
Yep.
So been an interesting week. Interesting week for news. Interesting week for video gaming. I'm super excited because I'm actually going to announce today the next Battlegrounds being held October 20th. And this time around, we are going to make it Halloween themed. So we are going to bring all the spookiest games, Outlast 2, PT. So if you don't know what PT is, or if ever you wanted to play PT will be there. Very terrifying game. We'll have a lot of fighting games as well, but we will bring a lot of Halloween games as well. So please come on out. It's Saturday, obviously October 20th. We will be doing it from 5 to 10. Maybe we'll go a little later if it gets really spooky and a lot of people show up. So yeah, definitely come check it out. We just got done with the Microsoft Fortnite tournament. Apparently that game is obviously it's hit its peak, but people still love that game. We had a huge turnout at the tournament. We had 50 teams. Actually, I'm sorry, 14 teams, over 50 people showing up. So huge turnout for it. Everybody had fun. The demand is so high, actually, that's in November there will be 2 tournaments that Microsoft will be hosting. We still plan on holding the Black Ops 4 tournament, which I believe is still set for the fourth week. Well, actually, I'm sorry, the third week or second week. I'll have to double check it. Go to noobsandpros.com to check out our tournament page. But we did announce that we are going to host the Black Ops 4 tournament as well as another Fortnite tournament, round 2. So
Nice.
Because of high demand and just a great turnout, so we are going to be hosting that again. Obviously I need to start the show properly here. This is show 122. Please check out our website, www.noobsandpros.com. You can also check us out Thursday nights on the Podcast Radio Network. Please support them. Download their apps. You can download the Crikey app, Krykey. Tune it to 102.6. And then the TuneIn app, just search for the Podcast Radio Network. You can find us there Thursday nights, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thank you also to Player One Coffee. Go to playeronecoffee.com. Type in code DADSThatGame at checkout for 5% off your order. But man, it's just a Halloween smorgasbord over here. That's a fun word, smorgasbord.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get right into it, because actually there's games that actually just came out as of today. They'll probably scare the bejesus out of you. I've seen one. Looks totally crazy. Not this one, though. This one would be funny if it scared the bejesus out of you. I remember as a kid reading these books, though. But starting as of today, it is Tuesday. It's October 9th. I honestly think this should be the new recording date, Will. Tuesdays.
Yeah. Tuesdays now?
Well, I mean, we did Sunday mornings. We did Monday nights. I think Tuesdays is a safe. I think it's a happy medium because you still get all the news from Monday, Tuesday, going into the week. And a lot of the news drops on Mondays and Tuesdays. So I kind of feel like if we did it Tuesdays, we'd probably be a little bit more relevant through the week if you listen to us on Thursday nights.
Yeah, I think some of the things that we even that we're talking about today are things that just got announced today.
Yeah,
so,
this morning.
This morning.
Yeah, this morning. Yeah.
So if we had recorded last night, we would have missed that, and you wouldn't have heard about it till next week.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So maybe, I know obviously our friend Corey probably hates us right now, but because he's like, well, where's your show? Because he actually is a loyal supporter. He actually listens to the show religiously, and we love him.
Yes, he does.
Thank you, Corey. Except he doesn't leave me a message on the message board. No one's still a bunch of jerks out there that just don't like messaging apparently.
No.
Or they don't like websites. I haven't figured it out.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like websites? That's how we survive in today's society.
I just picture some old man shaking his fist at the air.
Right.
Who doesn't like websites.
Right. Yeah.
Damn websites.
Right.
Get out of here.
I listen to everything on radio format. Damn kids. But let's obviously we're getting off track. Let's talk about video games you can get yourself this week. So starting today, you can get yourself Goosebumps, the game on Nintendo Switch. Disgaea, I can't even pronounce that. Disgaea. Disgaea, Hour of Darkness. See, I got it the second try. On Nintendo Switch. This game I've actually seen, and I don't know if I would ever play it. It just looks absolutely terrifying. But The Exorcist, Legion in VR. I'm guessing this is PSVR, probably other VR headsets as well. I don't know if I would be down for that. I think that's where I'd have to draw the line, honestly, is playing a scary game in VR. I just don't see myself doing it. Yeah.
I feel like it when you think about how scary Resident Evil 7 was when it first came out, if you had tried to play that, like people said
VR,
that it was like traumatizing playing that game in VR.
Oh, I bet.
So I can imagine, I can imagine playing like Outlast 2 or any of those kind of games in VR, and it would just be too much.
Well, if you remember, what was it, 2 years ago, I did record myself playing Outlast 2, the demo, and God, just brutal. Brutal. Scary. I cannot imagine if that was in VR.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So we'll see. There's also other games being made right now that I've been reading about that have just look terrifying. So I don't know what it is about developers sometimes where it's just like we always try to just one up, who can be the most scariest. And then it's like, and then we get movies like Heredity. What I don't even think that's the name of the movie. What is it?
Hereditary.
That's it. And that movie's just flipping terrifying.
It was really messed up.
Yeah. I don't know why we always have to try to one up each other. Like seriously. Or you get movies like Human Centipede, are just disgusting.
No, God. Yeah. No, I was gonna say that wasn't terrifying. That was just really gross.
Just gross.
Really
and disgusting.
Gross. Ugh. No.
Who would volunteer for that? I don't know. No. Also today you can get yourself Home Sweet Home on PlayStation 4. Big old game coming out today. And also, this week. WWE 2K19 drops today on PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One. So can I get I don't even know what they say anymore. Sorry. I haven't watched wrestling forever. Ever since last night, actually. It's been forever. So also you can get yourself Mark of the Ninja, came out today, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. My Memory of Us on PlayStation 4. Space Hulk Tactics on PlayStation 4. That game has been out before. I believe it's been on PC. Finally crossing over to... Yeah, it's PC. It's been Xbox One, I believe, but it's finally coming over to PlayStation 4. It's a Space Hulk game. It's not like the... I don't know, first-person shooter Space Hulk game. It's kind of like I don't want to say side-scroller, but it's not the game you're thinking of. So it's cool though. I'm gonna say it's cool. I like all the Space Hulk games. They're very, very neat. starting also today, starting today, Super Blackjack Battle 2 Turbo, The Card Warriors. Here's another game that we talked about this last week. Games that really don't need to be made.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean,
Super Blackjack Battle?
Maybe it's someone's like, old aunt that really just loves card games, but she doesn't want to actually play. Maybe she has very arthritic hands.
Maybe, yeah.
And she can't
click
flip
the
the cards, but
right? She can click a mouse.
Yeah.
I get it. I don't know. I put that in the same category as puzzles. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was just a weird thing. Let's build some puzzles online.
Right. I don't get it. Or chess or pinball.
Yeah.
It's like there's actual machines that in pieces that you okay. I'm not even getting into it. But starting tomorrow, you can get yourself Solomon's Key on Nintendo Switch, NES Open Tournament Golf. That is a Nintendo Online exclusive, and that is the old NES golf game. Very fun. A lot of really. Actually, a very good golf game, but it is old. You can also get yourself Super Dodgeball on Nintendo Switch. Once again, old game. So these are all the classic games, I'm guessing, that come with the Nintendo Switch Online. Another one called Shift Happens. That is a third-party independent game. That's it for the 10th. On the 11th, you can get yourself Hot Springs Story on Nintendo Switch, another third-party game. Joggernauts on the Nintendo Switch. Game Developer Story. Game Developer Story's been out before. It's been on PC, iPhone, Android. Finally porting over to the Switch, though. Not too bad. I mean, it's a fun little, time waster, I guess. Best way I can describe it. Feral Fury on the 11th on Nintendo Switch. That is a 2D side-scroller game. Kind of, well, not really. It's kind of 3D open world, but it has the side-scroller kind of feel to it. Very cool game, though. Dungeon Village on Nintendo Switch. Chasm on Nintendo Switch. Boom Ball 3 for Kinect on Nintendo Switch. Guess what that game originally came out for? Yeah, interesting. That's an interesting port. Battle Group 2 on Nintendo Switch. Elderborn on Nintendo... Actually, I'm sorry, that's PC. Tricky Towers on Nintendo Switch. Child of Light, we've been talking about that before. Child of Light it's not anything new, but it is coming over to Switch. And then that's it for the 11th. And then a big old how do you do? Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Finally coming out. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. On the 12th as well, you can get to The World Ends With You on Nintendo Switch. Another fantastic game being ported over to the 3DS this time, Luigi's Mansion. So if you've ever been a fan of the Luigi's Mansion series, definitely go grab this one. It's going to be on 3DS. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can also get that's it for the 12th, and actually that is it. Yeah, that's it up until next week. So hang in there next week because there's even more games coming out. Like I said, this is the time of the year where it's just drop after drop after drop. So
yeah.
And Red Dead Redemption is getting closer and closer. Oh,
closer and closer.
So close.
Virtual simulated shrinking balls is just so much closer.
I can taste it. Wait, no.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Yeah.
Horse testicles. Great. Moving on. I want to get into all the stories today. Like I said, we do have a terrifying story about some video game deaths, real video game deaths, which is very interesting today. What have you been up to, man? I feel like this is the part of the show where we kind of need to talk because we haven't talked really all week.
Yeah.
I miss you. I'm sorry. What have you been playing? Right. What have you been doing?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm at 90% through.
Nice.
I feel like I'm very obviously if I'm 90% through, I feel like I'm right near the end, but I have a lot of I think after the current mission I'm about to do, I'm going to take a break because I just got to I maxed out my level. And so now it unlocked all the hidden photo ops.
Oh,
so
okay. I got you.
I want to go do all those because I guess that's where you get your last suit by getting all of those. Because I only have one suit I haven't unlocked.
I got you.
So, and I gotta say,
the
the best suit in the game that to me, is the cartoon retro Spider-Man.
I unlocked that one. I have not played any other suit except for that one.
Yeah, as soon as it took you it takes forever to get to it because I think you had to be level like 45 or 43 or something like that, or I think it was level 41 to get to it. But as soon as I got it, I was like, "Yep, I'm never changing this again."
Yeah,
like
I feel the same way.
I used the punk rock suit for a long time. I used the suit that looks like Ghost Rider but white.
The Spirit Avengers one. Yeah.
The one with the blue glowing skull head. Yeah, that one was really cool. But then as soon as I got cartoon Spider-Man, I'm like, "Yep, this is the suit for me. This is it." Yeah, I can't even look at any other one because it works so perfectly and it looks so good.
Yeah. Especially in the 3D world it's in.
Yeah. It's so strange but so amazing.
Yeah.
And I love it. But so that's pretty much any free time I've had. That's all I've been doing because I want to try to get it completed before Red Dead. So I mean, I got like 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
So that should give me enough time because I want to be able to go and get all of or as much as I can of everything. But some of those challenge missions are just ridiculous.
Well, I was trying to do what's his face's name? The puzzle guy. I don't remember his name. The Taskmaster. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the Taskmaster's guys.
I tried to. I did all his challenges. I can't master all of them, but then I went and I fought him for the last time, and he beat me. And then he just gives you a message. He's like, "Go do all my challenge." He says, "You're not worthy. Go do all my challenges again." And I'm like, F you.
Yeah, he was I've only fought him once.
Yeah.
I've done the first fight with him.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like you said, the challenges, they just suck.
Yeah.
Most of them are like, I don't know how you get the super good score on most of them because
I can't figure it out.
I'm usually I've on a couple of them got the second level, but most of them I just get the first. And I'm like,
I have no idea how to master them.
I just don't get how you can get that fast to get through all of it.
Right.
And especially I'm level 50 and I still have a hard time. It's just, I don't know how you move quick enough to get
to actually get to
the whole
where it does level up as much as you're supposed to. Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah,
and you have to, I mean, if you only fought him once too, once you finish all the challenges, he'll challenge you again. But the thing that sucks is he's super tough because he pretty much knows all your moves.
He knows all your moves, yeah.
Right, and then you really have to rely on your Spidey sense. But if you fail, like I did, he
makes you go do more missions.
There's no reset. He basically says you have to go do all the missions over again, and then you have the option to challenge him. I'm guessing there's a suit at the end of it that maybe you'll get, or something at the end of it you'll get, but I have no idea. But it's a pain in the butt.
I don't think so because there's only, you know what I mean? Like the suit, I think it's just a...
Maybe just
I think it's just a trophy. Yeah, I think that's probably all it is an achievement because the last suit, from what I gather, is if you collect all 50 of the
secret
hidden
locations.
Photos.
Right.
If you do all of those, you get that final suit that unlocks. And so that's the only thing that I haven't really, or I want to get all the suits. But other than that, once I do that, then I'll finish the game and then I will set it aside until the DLCs happen.
I honestly, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I cannot imagine all the secret stuff that's been in video games that obviously, we're still discovering as of today. Secrets that were made in video games back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Honestly, I cannot imagine.
Spider-Man has a million Easter eggs, and one of the coolest ones that I think I still haven't figured out how to find it myself, but I saw it.
Yeah.
Is when you're climbing up one of the buildings near where the new tower is, where the Twin Towers used to be,
sure.
If you look in the reflection, it shows the Twin Towers in the reflection.
Oh, wow.
And so as you're climbing the building, a lot of them are super reflecty and you can see behind you. If you look in the area where the Twin Towers should have been, they're there in the reflection, and that's a really cool thing to do.
Yeah.
So I thought that was neat. I keep trying to find the right building, and I can't, but there are so many things that people keep finding in the Spider-Man game that are just everywhere hidden.
Well,
so
like I said,
really
I just think without I know with the invention of the internet and basically connecting all these people together, like I said, I think if we didn't have the internet, I think honestly, like if this game came out now, like we wouldn't hear about all the Easter eggs and secrets until 20 years from now.
Exactly, because people would slowly be figuring out, telling their friends, but everybody wouldn't just know.
Right. So I mean, it's kind of neat to have the internet sometimes, just because I mean, you can get that connection with people of like, oh, I found this, and we all share it together. But man, I know the same thing is to be said about like I said, I mean, games that were made in the 80s and 90s, and it's like, and now we're just now finding all these Easter eggs and sharing it with the world. So,
things that we just never knew. Yeah.
Right before. So.
But yeah, so that's what I've been up to.
Fun.
How about you?
I've been doing a lot of the same. I mean, I've been playing Spider-Man when I can. I've been working still nonstop. So I am getting better from this cold, but as you can hear by my voice, I'm still not 100%. Yeah. I'm getting there. So eventually, either it's going to kill me or I'll get better. Either one of the two. Those are really the only options you have. So you either
get better or die.
You either get better or die. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes. No, it's a lot of the same. I've been playing Spider-Man. I'm a lot further behind than you are. I'm still probably maybe 50, 52, 53% probably. Just because I did all the side mission stuff, and I just honestly haven't been devoting a lot of time to it.
I started jumping forward a bit because I was mad that I hadn't found the cartoon suit yet. So I was like, what am I doing wrong here? And I thought maybe it would be one of the ones that unlocked from like a mission or something. And then I was like, oh wait, no, I just need to level up. So then I went back and started doing all the more side stuff so that I could get it.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like I have all the side stuff completed, like all of it. So like every map I have like all the demon missions, all the criminal missions, even the newer stuff, even the prisoner missions, and then the what's the police group, whatever. I have all those side missions done. Yeah. I have I'm working right now on completing all the base missions for those guys because I just got to the point where the arc basically got busted into and everybody's going haywire. So yeah, like I said, I'm probably about halfway there. So the missions, the base ones for like the bad police guys. Yeah. Those ones are rough. Yeah. Like they make me angry. Like I know. Well, and I've been trying to
clear them out completely, so there's no one in there. And then suddenly it's like, oh, now you get wave 2, and they know you're here. Yeah. It's like, dude, I just stealthily cleared out the entire base. Right. And now I have to fight everybody because they know I'm here now.
Well, and then
like that's not cool.
then there's 4 more waves after that. Yeah. Pretty much. No, I've been I try to do the same thing, but I try to follow the objectives like on the screen, like you have to do so many aerial kicks or stuff like that. Right. Yeah, that way I don't have to come back. So I'm really trying hard.
You get all the tokens you can get and everything. Yeah. Yeah. I do the best I can. Yeah. Some of them are obnoxious where it's like, you have to electrify X amount of guys, and I'm like, I can't do that.
Usually in those ones I just use the electric ability that's built into them, the EMP attack. Because that,
I don't even use that.
Well, it counts for electrifying them, though. That's what I'm saying. Oh, yeah. All right. So if you use the EMP attack,
what's the Spider Bro? Does the Spider Bot guy also do zap guys? Does that count?
I don't think so. Yeah, the only one that I know of is the EMP attack that actually does count. So usually, if you gather around like a big group of things, do the EMP attack, it shocks them, it counts.
All of them at the same time.
Yeah. So try that out.
I'll check on that one. Yeah.
But anyway, that's pretty much what I've been doing. I've also been playing a lot of Destiny 2. Still.
I keep checking to see what. Yeah. I'm already bored, so I'm just.
I think
like on the reset days, I go and check the.
I think I would be if it wasn't
what's her name. Yeah, I have nobody to play with.
I understand not being able to play with anybody. I have the same problem, but I think for 3 issues that I honestly think that they did better this time than they've ever done. 1 is the bounties, because that keeps me super busy. Yep. 2 is the Gambit, the new, obviously, PvP mode, because I love that mode.
Haven't stepped foot in it.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And then 3 is the Fireteam app. So, because if you go on that Fireteam app, you can find groups all the time, and it's a lot easier than trying to do the matchmaking in the in-game. Yeah. So, yeah, if it wasn't for those 3 things, I think I would be at the same situation. I think I'd be bored with it already. So, but still having fun.
I'm waiting for, how, what's her name? Is it Tess Everest or whatever? Like the Eververse store. Yeah. I keep going every week on the reset to see if they're finally going to sell me the Sparrow that I want. And she just keeps not having it.
Gotcha. Well,
That's the only thing that I really want.
And if you level up too, there's a chance you can get that really cool one too. So I'm trying to do that as well. But let's get into this week's stories. And then, like I said, a very special ghost story. Well, not really a ghost story, but scary story at the end of the show here. But yeah, like I said, we're going to talk a lot about the Halloween in-game items you can get yourself your hands on this week. A lot of fun. A lot of them are starting not today, but soon enough. So probably within the next by the 19th at least. So another 10 days. So they basically, a lot of them are the 19th through the 31st or sooner. We'll go over those today as well. Got a lot of interesting stories regarding Microsoft and Square Enix, and then some Death Stranding news. Ooh, that's our favorite kind of news. More trailers. And then another story about Borderlands too. I thought was quite interesting. Yeah, we'll go over that today as well. And then, like I said, we'll finish it all off with our spooky story. But first of all, I hate being right. No, I don't. I love it. I absolutely love being right sometimes. But as of yesterday, Microsoft announced plans to enter the world of video game streaming with Project xCloud, an ambitious service with a silly title that promises to allow the streaming of Xbox One games across computers, phones, and tablets. Microsoft says it's currently testing our Project xCloud and plans to open test to the public next year. In a blog post, the company said the game developers will be able to support the streaming service with no additional work. That, in addition to trying to solve the big old latency problem, the team is developing a new game-specific touch input overlay for controller-free playing. Interesting. We talked about this last week, where obviously in November, Microsoft has their big convention. Like I said, it's not going to, honestly, like if they announce their new streaming service, like streaming box, I'm just going to say, I told you so. Everything is pointing to this. Every article that I've read so far, every developer interview that I've been through, this is the way of the future, guys. I mean, honestly, like I think the console generation may be dead.
I don't think so.
I don't know if they'll. Honestly, I don't think. Well, let me rephrase it. I think CD gaming may be dead.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think I can see that because cost and everything. But again, you got to remember that there's so many people out there that do not have a good connection.
I get it.
That they just can't play like that.
I get it. But I think I'd have to see the numbers, to be honest with you. And I think I think with this kind of move, they probably have a good idea of the numbers. So probably way better than we do. Because I do get it. I do get, obviously, there's a lot of people out there that are affected by slow internet speeds or no internet speeds, depending on which part you live by. But I think overall, with the big picture, with bigger cities and high fiber internet being laid all the time, I think this is going to happen. And I don't think there's anything we can do to stop it.
I really do still think that there's going to. I mean, this is not Project Scorpion or whatever they want to call it. It's not their next big hardware.
Well, I get that. But there was also there was also a story today that obviously PlayStation has also confirmed they are making the PlayStation 5, and rumors are that it will be disc free. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I honestly think like this is the wave of the future. You are either going to take steps to make sure that you can be a part of it, or you're going to get left behind. I know it may seem unfair based upon where you live and what services are provided to you, but I honestly, I feel like it's coming like a freight train, and it's just not stopping.
I agree. Yeah. Again, the only other issue that I really foresee would be your library. You know what I mean? Like, if everything goes digital, even if it's not a streaming service.
Well, but we've been over that, though, and we use the Steam model, though. I mean, if they use that Steam model, there's no fear. So
right, and that's fine, because I just meant in the sense that, like, you have your gaming library, and if it's all digital, that means everything you're going to buy directly from Sony. From the PlayStation Store.
Yes and no. I mean, you could still buy game cards with the codes on them. So,
well, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but it's still, you'd go, But then it would just be like it is now. You'd have your library of games.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you have too many games that are installed right now, you just uninstall one, but you keep your save files.
Sure.
And, you know what I mean? Then you can reinstall it from your library whenever you want. So I guess, again, it does really kind of boil down to a Steam kind of setup.
I guess.
And that's fine.
But that's the ultimate question that I want to know, though. And this is my unanswered part. Like, this is the part, the key to the lock for me. At what point in time are they going to announce how we're storing this? Because if it's cloud-based, like they're trying to do right now, where Google is really trying to get behind this, where obviously it's like you don't need to download. You can just stream it from their servers. Everything's saved on their servers. And there's no need for hard drives or anything like that. So you back it up. At what point are they going to announce that is what I want to know. And I honestly think, like, if you're going to make a streaming service, like Xbox has already said they're going to, like PlayStation I know is going to, Nintendo has already dabbled in this as well, where it's like you just buy the rights to the game and then you can just play the game without without fear of memory. So that's my big key that I wish I had an answer for, because I mean, right now, even if you look at the Steam, model, Steam is there, your games are saved on the cloud and everything like that, but you still have to download it to your hardware. So you still have to download it, and you still have to have the space for it. So, and
you still have to have a system capable of playing it.
Sure, right. And
I mean, like,
from what it
sounds like, you can buy all the games you want from Steam, but if you don't have a rig strong enough to play that game, it's not going to work.
Well, in the way that it sounds like, though, with this cloud-based gaming service, that's going to be a thing of the past, because I mean, you'll be able to
stream 4K gaming,
from there, right to your TV or to your computer. Yeah, I mean, because with the new Google service, I mean, you can play obviously I didn't get accepted, bastards, but you can play Assassin's Creed Odyssey right on your computer. You don't have to download it. Same thing with the Nintendo Switch. You can play Resident Evil 7, the downloadable version. You don't have to download anything. You just play it directly off their servers. So it's just it's very interesting to me to see how this is going. And I mean, if that's the case, I mean, also does that bring up different price points for each game? Am I going to have am I going to pay $100 a year for a streaming service through PlayStation and $100 a year through Microsoft and Nintendo? I mean, is that what we're going to? I mean, I don't
know, like a Netflix style business model.
I honestly, I hate to say it, but I think that's what it's coming to. Like, honestly, I think everything's just going to be digital. Yeah.
I think we're going to have one more solid, physical box generation.
Sure.
Just because, I think there's still enough demand for it.
Well, and I don't think the technology is 100% there yet.
Yeah, it's not good enough yet.
Right.
But I think we're going to get like a good, solid another generation. Which, speaking of, there's already a lot of very solid rumors now that Switch 2.0 is coming out next year.
Yeah, I've heard about that as well. Which I'm not super happy about, but I can understand.
I'm not, but it's 2 years after the initial, and I think they're actually gonna do some quick catch up.
Yeah,
so that they can stay relevant
while stay competitive as well.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, to be able to still maintain the ability to play the games that the other people are playing.
Right.
On their system, they just have to beef up their hardware.
Sure.
And I think that's probably what we're going to get, is just a stronger, like a more powerful version.
Sure.
And you can't knock them. Sony did it. Xbox did it. After a couple years of each one, they had
sad but true. I mean, it did happen.
I'm not gonna say that it's not coming, because the rumors are pretty solid. So,
well, I mean, even Nintendo's talked about it, so yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's going to happen, and it is what it is. But so I don't know. We'll see.
Well, speaking of people who like to rebuy things, Square Enix has also announced that their new compilation for Kingdom Hearts is to get the definitive experience before obviously Kingdom Hearts 3. So on October 30th, PlayStation 4 players will be able to pick up Kingdom Hearts: The Story So Far for $39.99. The compilation includes Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix and Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, which are available as standalone titles as well.
That's a slap in the face to all the people that just bought the 1.5, 2.5 remix.
Yeah.
What was it, like a couple months ago?
Right.
And now here you go. Have even more game for less money. You get everything all on one disc. There you go.
Like I said, I hate the way that they do these collections, and I don't know. Like I love Kingdom Hearts. Don't get me wrong, but the thing with like Kingdom Hearts, like the last game the last game in Kingdom Hearts 3, it's been like 10 years, man. Yeah, it's been a long time since this game came out. I get it.
It makes sense. But what would make more sense is to just go ahead and just give me my Metroid Prime trilogy remaster. That's wishing. What would make sense.
You keep wishing in that hand, bro.
Yeah. Freaking give it to me. Come on.
You keep wishing in that hand.
You can remaster Kingdom Hearts 12 times from Sunday.
Sure.
But you can't just give me my damn 3 Prime trilogy.
You're talking about you're talking about like two separate developers, though.
I don't care. I don't care.
I'm
just saying.
You're gonna go yell at Square Enix for not having Metroid. That's like going to Target and yelling in the food department that the tire department's out of order. Seriously, that's exactly what you're doing right now.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're yelling at Target that Walmart's tire department is out of order. That's what you're doing.
Yes, they should do something about it. That's good customer service.
At Target.
The other, absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
I got it. Okay.
So
moving on.
Yeah.
We'll see. Like I said, keep on wishing in the hand, but just keep wishing. I'm pretty sure the other hand's still filling up faster though. So that's all I'm saying. But moving on, Death Stranding is getting quiet. Literally. So it looks like another Kojima favorite will be making it to Death Stranding. The latest actor seemingly confirmed for the game comes in the form of actress Stephanie Justine, who is best known in the gaming world for her role as Quiet in Metal Gear Solid 5. Eagle-eyed Twitter users have matched the face profile with Justine in the trailer, though the character she is playing is most disguised by a hood. Justine, who is half Dutch, also sports a Dutch flag on her person in the trailer, a hint at the casting of the character? Or another classic Kojima troll? I want to say I care, but I really don't. Look, Stephanie Justine is beautiful, like just gorgeous model. That's all I can say about her. But this, I just, like I said, I'm at the point where with any Death Stranding news that comes out, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I really don't care.
Yeah.
I want to know when you're getting ready to tell me the game is coming out.
Right.
Then I'll care.
I was really hoping for something at Tokyo Game Show, and we get a boss.
Yeah.
So I guess like I said, it's just at the point to where it's just getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to bring up too, and I didn't put it in the notes, but it was confirmed. If you guys are going to play Battlefield 4 this Friday, you might want to preload as best as you can if you've already purchased it digitally, because day one patch is 50 gigs.
Yeah.
Ouch.
You said that's for Call of Duty?
That is Call of Duty 4, Black Ops 4.
So, you know what, I did read somewhere that in England they're actually selling the game early, so that because of the size of the download.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So 50 gigabit patch. Ouch.
That's a big patch.
That's going to be a monster of a game. So, I mean, if you think about it, if the game's like 50 to 60 gigabytes plus a 50 gigabit patch, wow.
I'm hearing that I'm hearing that Red Dead's going to be over 100.
It will be. Yeah, I've heard close to 150. So
just because of because they had to put voice acting and actual storyline behind every single NPC in the game.
Nuts.
Which is something that no one's ever done. Right. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
Good for them.
I'm really excited, but it's going to be a beast. I'm going to have to clean up a lot of space
on
my...
Yeah.
Well, I just know it now. I'm going to have to delete probably 9 games off my PlayStation.
Yeah, a bunch of games to get the room for it. Yeah, that's crazy.
But obviously, well, not obviously. This just came out today as well. This was the news that Will was talking about where it just dropped today. So Borderlands 2... I did not know if you knew this, but it is in the running to become the next Skyrim.
Yep.
just as of today, they announced that December 14th, PlayStation VR fans can look forward to the latest blockbuster experience to come to the platform with Borderlands 2 VR. Obviously developed by Gearbox Software, Borderlands 2 VR brings the iconic looting world of Pandora to life like never before, as you virtually become a treasure-seeking vault hunter facing off against Galaxy's most charming, psychopathic dictator, Handsome Jack. With nothing but your arsenal of 87 bazillion guns, that's for sure. Pre-order today at PlayStation Store. I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of dudes stuck in Moxie's bar.
So here's what I found out something after the initial news broke.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go into Moxie's bar, there's actually a setup in one side that you go to that it's like an arcade game.
Yeah.
So if you go to the arcade game while you're playing the VR version, you can actually boot up and play Skyrim.
Oh, fantastic.
Right from there.
Wow.
So you can play Skyrim inside Moxie's bar in the VR version of Borderlands. And then when you get into Skyrim, if you go all the way to the first town, and into that, there's a bar, it's like a little tiny, like a small bar. But if you go into that bar, you can go into a corner and you can actually play the story so far of Kingdom Hearts right there. So that's, it's like Inception, They're just going to put one game inside of a game, and they're just going to keep. But each time you do it, they're actually going to charge your account for the game again.
Gotcha. How long you been sitting on that joke? Just wondering.
Just all afternoon. I've been thinking about this.
You get picked up on that pilot yet? I really want to know. Just please let me know.
This is how it's going to be.
I'm pretty sure you could pitch that to Netflix and you'd have a TV show, buddy.
Yeah, there you go.
Just call that 1-800 Netflix Greenlight number.
So really, the only thing that Borderlands 2 hasn't been on is the Switch, which I'm not even going to say anything because it'll probably show up.
Well, that's the thing though, because there's already a rumor that it is coming over the Switch.
It's all right. So it came out on the PS Vita,
PlayStation 3.
Yeah, well, it started off on the PlayStation 3, but then I remember after it had come out at the Handsome Collection, or before even that happened, I think they had ported it to the PlayStation Vita.
Yep.
And then it came out on PS4 and everything else, and it's
PC and Xbox.
They can't give us a new game, except for that footage of the tech demo kind of thing.
Sure.
That they did with the Unreal Engine, but that was it, and that was a year or two ago.
Yeah,
I just
2 years ago actually. Yeah.
What is Gearbox doing with their time other than making VR versions of the same game?
I'm guessing they're developing it still. I have to give them credit just because I know it takes a long time for games to be developed.
Yeah, but how long is what? Okay, it does take a long time. You're right, but the entire life cycle of the PS4.
True.
And we haven't had a Borderlands game.
Sorry, I know it can take, I mean, look at freaking Final Fantasy 15. It took them 10 years, so I don't know. Yeah. So there's only so much I can say. So, I don't know where things are at. I don't know what do you expect?
Just give me a goddamn new Borderlands game.
Well,
that's what I want. That's what I expect.
Well, put on your headset and just go look at Moxie. That's all I'm saying. So that's why
It's still not a reason for me to buy a VR.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think that would be two good reasons. So, I'll be here all week. All right. But also, I did want to bring up before we go over all the in-game Halloween items that you can get yourself your hands on. They just introduced, as of today, the next character coming over to be Heroes of the Storm. So Mal'Ganis. Dreadlord Mal'Ganis, that is, the Deceiver of Arthas. Ring a bell? From Warcraft 3. He was the guy that deceived Arthas into picking up Frostmourne, and to save his people. And then obviously Arthas, killed him with Frostmourne. There's a whole lore. You guys should really you should study your history.
I actually read the Arthas book. Yeah, it was really good.
It was really good. But he's coming over the Nexus. He's going to be a melee. I'm trying to remember what they said. He's like a melee assassin. So no word on when he will be released as of yet, but that's exciting. I'm really glad that they still kind of incorporate lore characters in Heroes of the Storm. It makes me very happy sometimes. So, because like they just put in the oh god, what was they just put in he was a demon lord from Diablo, but they put him in the game. I don't remember the name unfortunately, but yeah, they just put him in the game. So anytime they ever put like old lore characters in there, I'm just like I'm giddy inside, just because I love the old lore of all those games. So, because I mean, honestly, like when they first came out, it was like, I mean, they were RTS games, and then there was tons and tons of books written, and that's where a lot of these stories in World of Warcraft come from still today, is the lore books. So, I think it's very cool that they still do that. So, but moving on, obviously, to the main part of our show today, I wanted to talk about things you can get in your video games, Halloween inspired. A lot of this stuff is going to be amazing. So there's a couple games we want to go over, and then, like I said, we'll go over our final story today. But the first game I did want to bring up was Splatoon 2. So beginning on October 19th, 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time, and it's also ending the same time on October 21st. This time it's a little bit different, because actually they're going to do a 48-hour Splatfest. So as usual, players will have to join 1 of 2 teams and fight over their side by taking part in turf wars. The 2 options this time they're fighting for are Team Trick or Team Treat. So in keeping with the Halloween theme, Inkopolis will actually be adorned with Halloween decorations for the duration of the Splatfest. Characters hanging around Inkopolis Square will be dressed in costumes. You'll see Halloween-inspired graffiti scrawled around the stages. You can look at some of the gallery above. Finally, Nintendo has added 4 different pieces of Halloween headwear to the game. You can get the Kanishi hat, little devil horns, hockey mask, and the especially stylish angular fish mask. Unlike the team shirt you received during Splatfest, which need to be returned after the event ends, you'll be able to keep these even when Splatfest is over. You won't be able to purchase these masks in the game store. Rather, you'll receive them through the news feed on your Nintendo Switch. If you follow the if you follow the Splatoon 2 news channel, you'll see an article about the mask in your feed. Toward the end of the article, it'll be an option on there that says Launch Splatoon 2. Click it and you'll claim the new headgear. If you own a physical copy of Splatoon 2, you'll need to have the game card inserted to launch it through the news article. So just a heads up. So very cool that they're doing that. I saw the masks and they actually look adorable. So might be worth your time if you're a Splatoon 2 fan to actually go check it out. So I know I probably will. So and the Splatfests are always fun too. And usually the Splatfest only lasts for 24 hours, but this one's going to last through the weekend, so 48. So pretty cool that they're doing that as well. The other game that obviously it's a love-hate relationship still, Destiny 2. Sorry, I'm coughing again. This is the time you need to fill in, Will. Go ahead. Go ahead, bud. Tell me all about Destiny 2.
Yep. Oh, Destiny 2. How do I love to hate you? That's all I got. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Gotcha. Thank you. But Bungie has announced that the Halloween-themed Festival of the Lost event will be making its debut in Destiny 2 this year. The event actually appeared first in the original Destiny, the Festival of the Lost. It offers limited time consumables, emotes, shaders, and quests. There hasn't been much information to what...
Is that where we got the pumpkin head helmet with the 3 eyes?
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. So
yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I saved those things forever.
Yep. So big chance those probably making a comeback here.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of information about what's going to be included. I've heard stories about like there's going to be a murder mystery quest, so like a whodunit. So there's a lot of hearsay right now, nothing official. There's going to be a costume party. Right here. I'm sorry. It ends with a quest to solve a murder. So the event actually starts on October 16th, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Bungie hasn't released any further details at this time, but I'm sure they will. So
that's like next week's reset. Yeah.
Yeah. So the 16th. Yeah. So like I said, a lot of this stuff is happening like next week. So
yeah, when it's like 2 weeks before.
Right.
Yeah.
So just be ready. Also, last game I'll go over here is Overwatch. So Terror Returns, defend the door at all costs. So for the next 3 weeks, we'll be celebrating the scariest time of the year of spine-tingling seasonal event, Overwatch Halloween Terror. Expand your collection of seasonal items and relive the chilling tale of Junkenstein's Revenge, our action-packed PvE brawl, which was a lot of fun if you haven't played it. This year, we've added 2 new heroes to Junkenstein's Revenge, Bridget and Tracer. We also introduced a new Halloween-themed items for you to unlock, including 6 new legendary skins, such as Banshee Mora, Jack-O-Lantern Wrecking Ball, and Enchanted Armor Farah. Alongside our growing collection of spooky gear from previous years, you can also get 10 bonus fright-filled Halloween boxes with each purchase of 50 Halloween loot boxes bundle through October 31st. So you buy 50, you get 10 free. Why does that not seem like a deal to me? So, yeah, whatever. And then also, last game, obviously everybody's favorite, Fortnite. They're getting spooky throughout the newly launched Season 6 with its Darkness Rises theme. But it looks like they will be adding special Halloween-themed cosmetics as well. New skins, backpack bling, gliders, pickaxes. It's been leaked online. There's nothing really that they've confirmed for like when it's going to be available. So just stay tuned to Fortnite, like I know all you kids do. But that's it. That's all the games I wanted to bring up. Obviously, if any more come up throughout the month, we will bring them to you as well.
Yep.
But I did want to read a very spine-chilling story to you. I called this segment Death by Video Games. So in the spirit of Halloween, we here at the Dads That Game thought it would be appropriate to scare you with some bone-chilling stories. These stories are true stories of people who actually have died playing video games. Hold on, I'm going to set some mood music here. Are we good? You hear that?
Yes, that's lovely.
Turn down my bass because that's going to wake up everybody. There we go. Ooh, scary.
Very spooky.
Tonight's story is the tale of Peter Bukowski and the game Berserk. In Calumet City, Illinois, if you drive north from I-94 near Highway 83 and Pulaski Road, you will see 2 smiley-faced water towers rise in the distance, dubbed Mr. and Mrs. Smiley Face. Well, they were dubbed that in 1973. The 2 well-known landmarks bear a striking resemblance to the arch-nemesis Evil Otto from the Stern Electronics arcade game Berserk, which was made in 1980. The arcade game whose gameplay has long been rumored to yield deadly consequences. From any direction, the smiling, happy-faced towers can be seen rising against the sky. To some, a cheerful welcome, yet to others, mostly arcade historians, they're an intimidating, if not ominously creepy sight. How did no one ever catch that before? The game Berserk, as the urban legend attests, can kill you. Just like its partner in crime, who was born the same year, Polybus. As legend has it, in 1982, a young man walked into Friar Tuck's game room in Calumet City, Illinois, put a quarter in the Berserk machine, had the game of his life, and then dropped dead. Evil Otto, as legend goes, possessed the supernatural ability to influence life-threatening psychological conditions and cause instant death to any player who failed to heed his alert. Peter Bukowski. On Saturday, April 3rd, 1982, 18-year-old Peter Bukowski of South Holland, Illinois, woke to a severely cold morning, blanketed in a thick layer of snow. The iron-gray sky churned with a weather system that prompted forecasters to issue a public announcement warning of an imminent blizzard. The winter of 1981 had been a hard year for Illinois residents who had battled 11 lake-effect blizzards since January. Peter Bukowski, a seemingly heartly young man, had no doubt who had interest in common with his own age, must have felt bored by seemingly endless sieges of winter. Like all teens at the height of the video game craze, video games were something that was on his mind continuously as much as girls. I honestly envision him standing at the window of his bedroom of the last morning of his life, looking out into his young face lit by blush cast of dim daylight of snow. I wonder if he had any idea in his mind that something was amiss inside him. I wonder if he sensed today could be different, other than any other day he had lived on Earth. Did he feel tired upon walking, sick, or have chest pain? Apparently not. For the hug around his room playing video games that morning, entered a girl at her home later that day, then went on to the arcade with a friend after first going home for a warmer jacket. According to his census records, the Bukowski home was located on Prince Avenue in a tree-lined, respectable neighborhood of single-level homes, a mere 2 miles away from Friar Tuck's game room, once located at 674 River Oaks Drive, Calumet City, Illinois. Judging by the events recorded by witnesses, this places him arriving at the arcade roughly around 8 p.m., from which reports remain. It appears he walked first to his girlfriend's house, then back home, then to another friend's house, then to the arcade, and missed an estimated total distance of about 4 miles. Trudging through the snow often makes the journey for more strenuous, with many heart attacks reportedly annually from the merely shoveling snow. But Bukowski was young, strong, and not a middle-aged man with a history of angina. Legend has long supported the belief that Bukowski was obese, when in fact he was 5'10", as the coroner observed, weighed 172 pounds, with no prior medical conditions. Bukowski, at 18, looked physically sound. Berserk had been on his mind from the moment that he saw the game, as Tom Blankley, community leader for the former owner of Friar Tuck's Game Room, remembers. Bukowski was on that game every chance he could get. Sometimes with a friend, but a lot of the time alone. He loved it. He was a real nice kid, quiet and kind of shy, no problems. For anyone who remembers the old Friar Tuck Game Room, it was a place of memorable good times. It seemed like a medieval inn, with wrought iron lamps hanging from the ceiling and candlelight bulbs, stained glass windows, and huge wooden doors as the entrance. It appeared as if Robin Hood and his merry men may have found the place enjoyable. It was not, as some people reported over the years, one of those arcades where bad kids assembled, smoking dope and causing trouble. It operated as a family-friendly style gaming parlor, offering complimentary coffee and donuts to parents accompanying children, as well as fundraised many great community causes. It was not the kind of place one would expect a teenage boy to die. It was clean, too innocent, too family-oriented. What happened on that snowy night in 1982 is sketchy at best, contaminated by decades of added hearsay, newspaper reporting errors, and convenient rewriting of facts that gave a rise to an urban legend that persists to this day. But some clear facts do remain. Prior to Bukowski arriving at Friar Tuck's Game Room, he had complained to his friend Burton Ben Everett, that he was feeling short of breath and thirsty. Stopped by a convenience store, Bukowski purchased a soda, drank it down quickly, and the two continued to the arcade. Upon arriving at the arcade, it became obvious to the others in attendance that Bukowski was not well. Everett alleges Bukowski was laboring for breath but wanted to stay and play Berserk anyway. Thinking it was just too hot for their long walk in the cold snow, Bukowski removed his coat and began to play Berserk. In less than 15 to 20 minutes, he had played 2 games, both high scores, and put his initials in twice. On the last game, though, after putting in his initials, he stepped away from the game, took a few steps, and collapsed. An arcade attendant rushed to his side and noticed Bukowski was unresponsive. Began CPR while the ambulance was called. Bukowski was rushed to the individual hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. It was so awful, just a tragedy, Blankley remembers. My staff did everything that they could until the ambulance arrived. The attendant never left him and never stopped trying to revive him, but for some reason, he couldn't be brought back. That's something I've never forgotten. Rumors have spread immediately Bukowski's sudden death by Berserk, making its way to schools and various arcades, prompting some operators, according to Blankley, to pull the game from the floor. Ooh. Spooky. So tell us what you think. Is it the evil Otto that killed Bukowski or something else? Please leave us a message on our message board. You can find our message board on noobsandpros.com. Feel free to leave us a message, send us an email. That is all the time we have. We will bring you another horrifying story, Death by Video Game, next week. We hope you had a great time today. Thank you to everybody that supports us. Noobs and Pros, Video Games Monthly, Player One Coffee. Please support the Podcast Radio Network. We are on there Thursday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But from Michael Wolf and...
Yay!
From Yay.
We're doing this again?
Yeah, again.
Oh, yep.
I did it last week.
Will.
Yeah, from William Small. We do thank you for listening. We do love you. We hope you have a safe and fun Halloween this month. Every day's Halloween, remember that. But we'll talk to you next week. Have a good one.
Thank you for listening to the Dads That Game radio podcast. Email us your questions and hate mail to dadsthatgamepodcast@gmail.com.